guys, it's me, Aaliyah, and welcome back to my channel. So, on this episode, we're going to be talking about how it is raising children with autism. So, for some of you who know, I have twin boys, and yes, they have autism. And so, it's going to be like another Q&A type of situation, and I'm going to ask me some questions, and then I'm going to answer them. Okay? Cool. Let's start. So, my little lovely children's names are Logan and Skylar. And they are both boys. Okay? Okay. Okay, so for the most part, action wise, they are like any other 4-year-old boy. They are hyper, they run around all day. That's just what they do. For the autistic characteristics, they are quite different. Logan, he's the oldest one. He is what people would say he's more advanced than Skylar. Logan does speak, he can form sentences, he can count, he can do all things that most children his age can do now. Okay? The only thing that he is still like having trouble with is being able to hold a conversation. So yes, he does know how to speak. He can answer most questions, but he's not at the point where you ask him something that he answer, like keeping the conversation flowing, if that makes sense. So you have to ask him certain questions in order for him to answer. Skylar, on the other hand, he is still nonverbal. He does say little things like he know how to spell his name. He loves saying ready, set, go. That's how you know. Move out his way because he finna start running. He says, like, if you ask him to repeat you, he tries. He tries really hard. But he is unable to communicate effectively. He isn't able to tell you what he wants and stuff like that. But he makes sure that you figure it out. Okay? But other than that, he is very intelligent when it comes to technology. One time you show him and he got it. So I think we found his little niche right there. But other than that, like, they are your typical 4-year-old. So when they confirmed that they were autistic, I wasn't really too shocked because early on, me and my mom, we figured, like, we start seeing signs as to why things were different. Like, they were progressed. They were past what they were supposed to do, like, in the first year. But it's like after that, it's like things stopped. So we just started looking it up, doing research on what could possibly be going on. Their regular pediatrician did not take none of our concerns serious. She was just stuck on, oh, they're advanced, they're good, they ain't nothing wrong. But it's like, you don't see the progression that we see at home, and you don't see it recline either. So once we finally got a second opinion, once I switched their pediatricians, then it was like, yeah, no, this isn't normal. Get them evaluated. Once she said that, I knew that it was. But once it was confirmed, I was relieved because it was like, all right, now what do we do next? What's the next steps? And that's why I tell a lot of people who message me on Instagram and they asking me, how did I see signs? I was like, when you're in them first couple years, you have to pay attention. And I'm pretty sure your pediatrician tells you this when you take them for checkups. How are they? What do they do? They ask you these things so that you can keep track and so that they can keep track for the next visit to see if anything has progressed or if they're at a standstill. And if you notice that they're at a standstill, I'm not saying that they are automatically autistic. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it, just figure out what it is. Maybe some kids are shy. That's what I wanted to believe the first, a few months of us doing research on this autistic. I wanted to believe that they was just shy and they have nothing to say. But it's like, if it's really eating at you, get that referral from your doctors. Get them evaluated. Early detection is key. The earlier you find out and get out of your state of denial, the better your child will be. Okay? That is my advice to you on that. A bad day will have to, for Logan. Okay, so there are days when they're upset. They're similar, but they're kind of different at the same time. For Logan, when he's upset, when he's just not in the mood, you're going to know everything bothers him. Like literally everything bothers him. He will whine, he will cry, he will revert to his baby talk, and it's frustrating because it's like, you can speak, you can verbally tell me what it is that you want, what it is that you need. You can tell me these things, but in his mind, he's like, no, this is how I get the attention, so this is what I'm going to do. And it gets bad. But he is easier to calm down than Skylar, because Skylar is still nonverbal. He doesn't say much. It's harder because he will scream, he will yell, he will cry, he will run back and forth, he will hit, and he's strong, and it hurts. I'm still trying to learn. I'm not perfect, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I get upset, I yell, and then you gotta go back, you gotta listen to people and they say, don't yell at them, but it's like, the parent, you have to realize at a certain point, it's like they can't help it. So when you're upset and then they're frustrated, nothing is getting accomplished. And that's what I try to tell myself before I get angry. But I'm young, I'm still learning, I'm still trying to figure everything out. But I do get upset, I do. But I feel like it's getting better. Now I have a little bit more patience, but a bad day they get bad, and I'm thankful because they don't always have bad days. Most days they are hyper and lovely to be around. They are, but they are. Whew, when it's bad, it gets bad, but when it's great, it is amazing. I would give, my total advice would be, if this were you and you were them and you didn't know how to express yourself to someone, but your parent didn't want to believe that something was wrong, then you have to understand how that child feels, or how your child feels. So even if it's really nothing wrong, it's it's never it's not bad to ask the doctor, oh hey, so I noticed this about my child. I like, but when you see things like signs of autism, they may not even be like bad signs. Like for Scarlett, we noticed that early on he had this repetitiveness about him. He would repeat things over and over and over again. He would stack things precisely. What 16-month-old child do you know stacks things to the T? Like, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very particular. Like, there's not a lot of children that you meet. And so, ask the doctor, hey, my child does this. And then don't let his blocks fall over. He would cry. He would kirk out. He would, like, things like that. You may think, hey, this is normal for a child to be mad, but it's like you have to put all the pieces together. Why is he very particular? Like I just said, what child at that age is that accurate and then gets upset when it's undid? So, bring it up to the doctor. Hey, this what happened the other day. Or, like, it's nothing wrong with having a child with a disability. I'm not even going to say just autism, but other things like maybe ADHD or ADD or things like that. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. But like I said previously, early detection, the earlier you know, the easier it will be for that child to adapt, for you to adapt. And you don't want to wait too late for them to be 6, 7 years old, still not speaking, still not being able to communicate with you, whether it's verbally or being able to do little movements or having these outbursts at 8, 9 years old because you was in so much denial that something may be wrong. And now it's harder for that child to adapt to the circumstance. I found out they was autistic at almost 3 years old. So, and now I got them the help that they need. They are able to, their teachers are able to adapt with them to be able to teach them different things on how to communicate with others. Like Skylar, he communicates through a Pix book, the little picture. You put it on the thing and he show you what he want in school. Like those type of things, because he can't speak. It's easier for them and for the teacher and for any other person that you come in contact with. It's just easier because they know offhand, okay, it's something. Let me figure it out. But if you wait too long, the child is going to be stuck in their ways. It's going to be harder to break that habit. And it's going to be more stressful for you because you don't know what to do. So, it's just easy on everything. You got to put your pride aside. Oh no, something wrong with my child. I don't want everybody to know something wrong with them. I refuse to believe that something is wrong with them. But being autistic is not the end all. Like, y'all hear the stories. Y'all know autistic people in general are some of the smartest people on the planet. But you have to get them the help that they need early on so that they can learn to work around it. It's just easy on everybody involved. That is my advice to you all. Feel free to visit the website, elevationlifestyle.com. Follow me on Aaron's YouTube channel at Aaron and Aaliyah. And subscribe, like, comment if you want to talk about anything, or if you have any questions for me, or if you have any suggestions for all of my other autistic moms out there that you do for your children and things that you see help that you can possibly pass along the secret to me. Feel free. I'm open to any suggestions. And yeah, tune in next week for my next video. And we out here, okay? Peace out.